Yo, what's up, people? What's happening? I'm your host, El Juancho, and the Geek Takeover.
You sounded so timid. You just gotta go in there and go, "What's up, everybody?" Gotta.
Well, we're all timid here. It's a force to be reckoned with. The Endgame, man.
Are you on Disney's payroll? You just hit us with two different Disney puns.
Yeah, no, it's.
Mm.
I mean, other than Avatars, I mean, it's Disney's biggest juggernaut, and as a certain Geek Takeover would say, one of the best movies ever made.
Oh, it is
Period.
the
There's
best.
no argument.
Well, I mean, of course, there's arguments because it's opinion based, but yeah, you cannot tell me that Endgame is not one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah,
There is no argument to be said.
and the J Takeover.
Hi, sorry, I'm late. Did I miss
You
anything?
good, man? Dude, we literally just started. You good?
What did I miss? Something.
We're just talking about one of the best movies ever made. Geek was just going off about how much he loves it. You saw it opening night, right?
Oh yeah, I saw it. So I I saw it the Thursday night, Friday night, and then I rewatched it when it got re-released.
Oh,
So I think it is the only movie I have seen during its theatrical run three times in the theaters.
yeah.
I think I've seen Infinity War, Across the Spider-Verse, and the Batman all twice,
Mm,
but Endgame is special that I've seen it three times.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jay kind of talked about it in a previous episode, but Jay, remind the viewers, like, well, what's your connection or relationship to the end game?
Um, I didn't watch it in theaters. I wasn't much of
Oh.
yeah. I wasn't even that much of a fan of the MCU when I first watched it. But when I had first watched it, my brother told me to watch it on Disney Plus when it came out, and I did. But then I I thought it was great, but I didn't realize how impactful it was until after I got more into the MCU.
Do you regret not catching it in the big screen a bit?
Yes, yes, I
Yeah, you saw Dark Phoenix though, right?
yeah.
Like it was like real talk about that.
So two different sides of the spectrum. The greatest theatrical experience versus probably one of the most meh theatrical experiences.
My mom fell asleep in Dark Knight, so yeah, definitely,
Yeah, that please.
definitely meh.
Uh, yeah, no, I was really. I mean, we're all excited for this. It's like 10 years of build up and that shocker of an ending with Infinity War. You know, and then just the last hour alone. As soon as you hear "Are you left?"
No, it once you hear the portal start,
Yeah,
don't no dialogue is needed. The second the orchestra starts,
Dr-
goosebumps are formed.
Drizzy says "No Way Home" was the greatest theatrical experience. Uh, I could agree. It's to me, it's a bit of both. Like I know Geek and I were having to talk about it
I
recently,
I
but
yeah, I want to agree with you, Cody, and I respect it. It's hard for me only because of the leaks.
yeah,
Like it's to be at an era where in game where social media didn't play so much into a factor and going in without like knowing a lot of leaks. To me, that just made it feel more special. But I do get where No Way Home comes from. That is a very close second. 'Cause the Infinity War is up there too.
yeah. Uh, Theater went 10 times more crazy for No Home than they did for Endgame. Just me though. Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
like I said,
Yeah,
I could see it. It's just
yeah,
the leaks, knowing that Andrew and Toby were in it. I don't know. It just to me it
yeah.
takes a little bit out.
And I will say, Marvel did do the best they did with Endgame, keeping it under wraps. Like we could agree on that, right?
Oh yeah, so much that
Yeah,
that Tom Holland thought he was filming a wedding scene.
yeah. The only thing I saw, I don't know, Geek, if you saw like anything close to being a spoiler, was a Hasbro. They had like a Infinity Gauntlet, the Nano Gauntlet. It didn't even look like the one in the movie, but that's the
Mm,
closest thing I saw. I don't.
I don't think I remember any spoilers per se. Um, yeah, I don't think so. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't
Yeah,
think anything like was spoiled for me.
yeah. All right. Oh yeah, the set photos. Did you ever see those? The one with Cap
The
in 2012.
No, the only set photos I can think of were the ones where they finished Infinity War and then started Endgame because there was like a cake or something like that. And
Mm,
then obviously after the movie came out, and then like there's all them on the green screen for the final battle. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head.
yeah. Jay's here confused. Like I don't even know who. I don't even know who.
Yeah, what's it good?
Bro's gonna be like Thanos. I don't even know who you
Yeah,
are.
because I didn't see any of
Yeah,
this.
you
Or,
weren't following the MCU as you
yeah,
said. Like, yeah,
yeah, I wasn't following anything. I didn't. When I saw Endgame, I didn't even see Infinity War yet.
Brother!
um,
I told you, my brother just told me to watch Endgame. He didn't tell me to watch
it,
Infinity War, but then,
Oh,
I
come
feel like Endgame
on.
it really that's the one where I feel like we can all agree. Yeah, you have to watch everything up until that point. It's not even a debate.
but then, like, it's crazy because when I saw Infinity War, it still hit me hard. I was like, damn,
I mean, I
because
guess that should say something, but
yeah, I think that's just like how like the movie handled handled it, but like going from Endgame to Infinity War, it was definitely a mistake, or like that was definitely a mistake. But then even when I know what happened after, I was still stunned on what happened before. I was like, damn.
Geek is just cooking.
Oh no, I was just letting Jay finish.
No, you're cooking how to roast them. I'm Jay. I got nothing.
I'm
I can
disappointed.
Hey,
You disappointed your father, Jay.
hey,
I know that's a new feeling for you.
I was gonna say it wasn't even my fault. I didn't know Infinity War was a thing.
What?
Yeah, I
Freaking
didn't.
2 billion.
Well, yeah,
Fucking
but what's it called? I wasn't following the MCU. My brother
yeah,
just told me watch Endgame. I was
yeah.
like, and I did when it was on Disney Plus. I didn't even go into the Marvel tab. It was just there. Like I remember, I was like, oh, there it is. I just clicked on it. I didn't know Infinity War was before.
Uh, you see, yeah. So we're gonna talk about spoilers because 5 years.
Oh yeah,
If you,
shocker,
yeah,
spoilers.
yeah. Dude, sorry, guys. But
Yeah,
let's just go through some of our favorite moments, like some ones that stick out to you. Like does it have to be a
The
major like
entire last
yeah
act
oh yeah.
is, and I'm gonna say it so many times. The last act is the greatest cinematic. Just so good, so good.
like dude like I'll just put that on and like whenever that starts I just like my attention
Bro,
goes
lock.
to yeah I'm just locked in like
Bro, I'll get so like teary eyed. Not because it's like sad, but it's just like it's so amazing and it brings back just memories.
yeah.
Ah, so good.
And it's like people always talk about fan service and today's day and age with like the multiverse and stuff like that. People are like, oh, they overdo it. I feel like Endgame does it the best. Like just the little callbacks, like T'Challa remembering Clint's name, or freaking Cap calling Peter Queens, stuff like that.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that. I mean, now that you like mentioned, it's like yeah, I guess it is fan service, really.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it a lot? Yeah. Is it good though? Hell yeah.
I mean, I feel like for the culmination of certain things like that, and even No Way Home, I feel like are acceptable. But when it gets to kind of like the multiverse of madness level, that's when
Yeah.
it's a little much. Or maybe not multiverse of madness, but like the hype behind
Yeah.
multiverse of madness.
Fan service over good storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in a sense. How about you, Jay? Some of your favorite moments?
You fake ass fan.
Shut your ass up. Or sat there for 2 minutes thinking about what you was gonna say, and that's all you had. But no.
I mean, just call me Drake.
No, you ain't started beef. Hey, this is Endgame. No, no,
No,
no weird diss tracks. Jay,
no.
favorite moments.
What's it called? I think one of my favorite moments is when Thor beheads um Thanos when he decapitates him. Um, that like is that's probably one of mine, and it's just because what he says after I went for the head, and I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Like at first, I thought it was a funny scene. Then oh no, you know, there's more depth to it. He says it was such like a very monotone. Like, yeah,
I went for the head,
yeah,
like because he finally did.
I kept my receipts.
you know.
Yeah,
Like I won't, but at what cost?
yeah,
Yeah,
basically, like
yeah,
he still killed him, but he lost everything, or
yeah,
there's nothing left.
yeah.
And then also, I agree with Steven. The entire end, like that.
Also, before you go on, I will say one genuine thing that I loved and like took me by surprise was I wasn't expecting Cap to actually pick up Mjolnir. So when I still remember like exactly what I was thinking too. Like in my head, I'm like, oh, the hammer's moving. Okay, Thor's just got he's got his little hand underneath and doing some little movements with his fingers, and he's going to knock out Thanos. And it's like, okay, it hits him like, all right, Thor, good job. And then it doesn't go back to him like, but first I was like, oh my god,
They did it.
it's happening. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Good thing you brought that up because I was actually gonna bring that up. Like I think maybe like top five best MCU scenes. Just him, and then the music, and then just him kicking the living shit out of Thanos. Like
Yeah.
obviously Thanos, like just he got on top eventually. How awesome is that shot? Like right before the portals, Cap is just walking with his broken shield,
Oh,
ready to take on
that's
the. Yeah,
hey, so 1v20.
yeah, yeah.
But speaking of that scene, the imagine how much more like memorable and badass that would have been if they would have went with like the original idea, or I don't know if it was the original idea, but like one of the concept ideas of Thanos tossing a decapitated Cap's head from another timeline, or I guess from his timeline.
Yeah. 2014, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that would have been so fucking. Oh my god,
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Such a magical experience.
it
Like
is.
we kept saying, and we will be saying. No, I wanted to be a turn the tables a bit. What is something maybe you can think of something that might be like could have been better, or you were big on, or like you think of the movie and I'm like, oh, maybe that wasn't that great, or
Uh, I mean, the only thing that I would say, even though like, yeah, it makes. I don't. Oh, duh, Professor Hulk. I don't even got that. Professor Hulk was dog shit. Like I don't even. Yeah, that's the only thing that needs to be changed is anything to do with Professor Hulk. Everything else about the movie, great.
See, I'd say I agree. I'd only agree if, or yeah, if they would have just done him and then like later give us the proper Hulk, I would have been more on board. But now, just like I feel he's just there for comedic relief, and he's just like, oh, I'm smart. That's it.
Yeah, it didn't hit. Um, and I mean, as much as it makes sense that it was a movie just for like the OG six, I would have kind of, and obviously everybody else is gone. I would have liked to have seen maybe more from other people, but I get it. It makes sense.
Yeah. How about you, Jay? What something that you thought could have been better, or
I I really don't got nothing. Like uh, I didn't mind the Professor Hulk thing because I was like, oh, he's smart. It's a little funny,
yeah,
but I
forget the
like
tacos?
yeah the tacos I actually was laughing at that, and then
I
when
see this as an absolute win.
yeah yeah like, he was funny at some parts. Like he got a good chuckle out of me, and then also he helped with the nano gauntlet. Did he help with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he ended up snapping them back. Then I was like, yeah, I don't mind him. Yeah, but like really, I don't have much to dislike about the movie. Like I don't even think I have anything to dislike about it.
we'll see. The one thing I agree is, I guess, Fat Thor. The I guess not him overall, but just like I feel like right before they go back to 2013 Asgard, do you feel like they were kind of overdoing the joke? Like, oh yeah, he's fat, ha ha ha. But then like we get to that scene, and then you know, Chris Hemsworth just like the scene with his mom, especially. I'm like, oh yeah,
My only issue with Fat Thor is I low key wish we would have got more in Love and Thunder because
yeah,
Fat Thor was funny and it probably would have made for the comedic scenes in Love and Thunder better. But is what it is.
Cal be winners.
My man's Thor show spun back on New Master though.
Oh, you mean? Oh God, I don't remember his name from Winter Soldier. That's who was New Master. The like the Apple guy or whatever.
Uh, um, yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah, couldn't I couldn't tell you
Even
even if I tried.
I know some people said the time traveling stuff is bad, but I loved it. Like just down to the freaking Star Lord dancing and like War Mission's like so he's an idiot or cap in the elevator. I always tell Jay I was just like gushing over that.
I was a little like even though it was a great scene. I was like, damn, I would have loved another elevator scene. That
Oh yeah, I agree.
because I mean like that's another top five MCU scene.
What makes it for me is his like douchey smile as he's walking away. He's like, I just played all these fuckers.
Yeah, I know, I know. Oh,
And then America's ass.
you.
Bro was looking at himself and was like, damn. Or I really put that work in for them glutes.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, I get it.
What else?
Like I understand the obsession.
Yeah. Or all natural. No,
Well,
surgery.
well,
Well. I mean,
no plastic surgery like some abs.
yeah.
How did you guys feel about Natasha biting it in this
Um,
one?
at the time, I didn't really care for it. Like it didn't do anything for me. Then Black Widow came out, and Black Widow helped with her in game uh, story.
Mm. Yeah, I can agree with that. Cause like I'm not saying against ScarJo. Like it's a good character, but it's not like one of the best in the MCU. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people always looked at her as the useless one in the group.
Are you sure you're not talking about Hawkeye?
Well, he
Both.
was great, by the way. Jeremy
Oh
Renner in
yeah,
this.
oh yeah, Ronan. Mwah.
Oh yeah.
I need more Ronan.
He killed your boy Sonata, Jay.
I was just about to say he took out my boy though. I can't forgive him for that.
Dude, one of the best parts, like Jeremy Renner acting, was so after Natasha dies, they're all gathered, just the original five now, and like Thor's like, get it together. We can bring her back or whatever. And what did he say? He's like, how about you go tell the guy in the cloak, you get your
Yeah, how about you
hammer.
take your
Yeah,
hammer, fly off to see the creepy ghost guy, and you uh do something. I don't remember, but it was
yeah.
a great representation of the denial, or not the
Acceptance.
stages of grief.
Oh, say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, each
Acceptance.
one of them
Yeah,
faced their own,
yeah,
or represented a stage of grief,
yeah.
and I think it was represented very well.
Both just through the bunker. But
Clearly, that's anger.
yeah, but yeah, no, it's. Oh, and then that scene when Tony was like, "Did you have any family?" And he was like, "Yeah, us." Like,
On or on the contrary,
oh, that scene. We're talking about time time travel though. The scene with him and his dad, Tony, and like that I thought that was really great too.
That hit some feels.
Yeah,
That was very nice.
yeah. The first official Marvel TV crossover.
Yeah,
They
with
had the
Jarvis and
Jarvis
Howard,
from the yeah.
and no, how
I think it
that
was
was
just
from.
Jarvis. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was just Jarvis. I think
yeah.
you're right.
From was it Agent Carter, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
show
yeah.
was
Him
okay.
and Hank Pym. We got a quick little Hank Pym. Oh yeah, the
Which
the original helmet. That was cool to see. Uh,
wasn't cool to see, or was a little weird to see.
really? I don't. I
I,
thought it
I
was
thought
cool
it.
as a
I mean,
little
I think it
passing
looks
by.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to. I don't want to see him wearing it in live action. I think it look, you know, dumb. Like if they would have done Wanda's costume from the comics,
I mean, they
but they
kind of
did do
did.
it. Yeah, they did it. They did it great. So, but trying to think what other scenes stick out. I guess we touched on 2012 a bit. Like, oh yeah, well, he set up Loki there
yeah, you did.
because he didn't want to take the damn stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I blame you, J Buddy.
I'm blaming you.
All right.
Blame the Hulk. Blame the one that actually did that.
I like how they brought back Robert Redford just for that. Like his final, I think, film appearance. Thor just revives him. He's like, it actually worked. Yeah, I
No.
know. Trying to see. Oh yeah, I guess the funeral scene. We can touch on that. Travis Mitchell says,
Uh,
"How's it going, guys? What's up, Travis?"
the the iconic hologram eulogy. Not well, yeah, I guess it kind of was a eulogy. Uh, little Morgan. How? Those were tears of sadness.
She said, "Oh, I want a cheeseburger." Oh, and then
Yeah, your
Happy was
dad
like,
liked cheeseburgers.
"Oh, dude, the music, can't like Alvin Silvestri, dude. He cooked."
Man, that just the that moment between Morgan and the hologram. Man, that Funko Pop, the Funko Pop was what's it called? Hard to get.
Yeah, I don't even think Funko sells it on their website anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I got it off of I forgot the name of it.
Pop in the box.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Jay,
people
you
that
had to
don't even
bring those.
sell The people that don't even sell Funkos anymore, really.
Yeah.
Jay had to bring up the pop obsession.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
I'm joking. Hey, we're all pop collectors here.
except one for watching.
Yeah. Travis says, I'll never forget going to the theater opening day for Infinity War, seeing none of the MCU films aside from Guardians, Homecoming, and the first Iron Man, and it still grabbed me. We got one like you, Jay.
No,
Okay.
not like me. Like, oh, I'm sorry, but that I've actually watched a good portion of the movies
Yeah.
before.
Bro did a bit of his homework. He just fell asleep halfway
Mm-hmm.
through.
Mm-hmm. Whatever you keep telling yourself, Jay.
Trying to help him out here, geek.
Don't help him. He doesn't need it.
Hey, look, I stand on my own.
I don't know. It's just seeing that like Pepper with Morgan, and then Rhodey with Happy, and then all the like. Oh yeah, the kid from freaking Iron Man 3. At first I was like, who the hell is that? And then like afterwards I found out like, oh, it was. Oh, okay.
Two films relied on some people only fall. Travis over here said it's amazing how these two films relied on some people only following a certain character's film and making you invested regardless. Yes,
That is
it,
true.
it it's one of those cases where it's hard to go in there without watching previous movies. Like I feel like you could watch the Guardians movies without having to watch the rest of the MCU. You could watch um, maybe the Thor movies. I mean, like they kind of don't. The Thor and the Black Panther movies. You don't
Yeah.
really need to do too much homework on that. Ant-Man, but
Baby
Infinity
Iron
War and
Man?
Endgame. Mm, I don't know, only because Iron Man 3 does have just like the brief connection to the Avengers.
Oh, true.
So, but yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But
That is.
speaking,
I'm sorry. You're gonna go.
I was gonna say one more thing. Another scene to bring up was Peter telling Tony the two scenes with Peter. The hugging scene is like, oh wow, this is nice. To the then their last scene, we did it, Mr. Stark. We won.
I hate you, man. You're making
Oh,
me cry. Don't make me cry.
oh,
Dude, and then just like,
God.
oh, forget. Dude, Rhodey, like, great acting, by the way, even though the CGI looked a little weird there. But the CGI looked great in this movie. It barely didn't look off, but just like him just like putting his hand on his shoulder and just smiling at him, like, and then Pepper told him, you can rest now. You can, like, oh,
Like I get why Pepper obviously had to be the last one, but uh, I was fine with Peter. I just don't like Gwyneth Paltrow. She's just okay.
Damn.
She's just okay. There's
I
nothing
just found this
special
out
about
right
her.
now.
There was something special about her from Tony for Tony.
Travis says, I saw Iron Man 3 for the first time after Endgame and was shocked at how much I loved it. It really brought Endgame full circle for me. Yeah, I can
And
see
then I
that.
also saw he had brought up Ned and Peter in the silence in the high school. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that would be. I couldn't even begin to imagine because was yeah. Well, obviously Peter was blipped. So like, regardless if Ned was blipped or not, imagine having to come back right after being brought back to life, and then your father figure is dead.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Yeah, I just found out about Gwyneth Paltrow, man. I mean, hey, you do you, man. I don't.
she forgets she was in Homecoming.
Yeah, who
She
cares?
has certain scented candles. Why is she? She's not. She's better than Kirsten Dust. I'll tell you that. Like by league, she's so much better than Kirsten.
So you're talking about like acting wise or just overall?
Both.
For the record,
Oh,
Jay, I didn't plan this. Come on, her as rescue, that was badass, and then seeing them team up,
oh yeah. No, I'm
yeah, that
not.
was
I'm not
awesome.
disagreeing, but I don't know.
The Gwyneth Paltrow hate special.
I'm like, damn, he hate her with passion.
Yeah, she just ain't nothing special.
Uh, he said, Travis also said it's a shame they didn't stick with the actress for adult Cassie. Mm, I, I mean, I love Catherine Newton as her, so
Oh right, they did. I don't know why. I forgot about that.
yeah. You're also talking about deleted, like, concepts. Or actually, they did shoot this. They casted I forgot her name.
13 Reasons Why, the chick for adult Megan. No, not Megan, Morgan.
For yeah. It wasn't the scene was like after Tony
Yeah,
snapped his
basically the
fingers. Yeah,
Thanos.
yeah,
Like, what did it cost?
yeah.
That would have been. Oh God, I don't know
Interesting.
why that wasn't in.
Apparently, they said it would have been too confusing. I like. I don't think it would have. I guess maybe some people would have. I don't know. I do think she'll be back though. If I had to take a guess, I think we can all agree, right?
I don't
Maybe.
know. I feel like I I I
Well, we'll talk more
want.
about MCU after Endgame, but you're gonna add.
Well, I mean, this is kind of going to lead into it. I almost would kind of it would make sense for Morgan Stark to be in the MCU, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind pivoting away from just the Stark family, kind of in
Yeah,
general.
yeah. I mean, I guess you can still keep Happy around in a sense, but I agree where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, even I don't know after No Way Home, right? Do you think they'll still keep Happy?
Um.
'Cause, like to me, the last real like the character he was really tied with was Peter. Oh,
You know what? Yeah, maybe just to work with the Avengers because Maria Hill's not there anymore. Coulson's not there anymore. Fury gonna, yeah, I don't know. Probably. We'll probably see Happy Hogan again,
yeah.
We get the reveal of a long away hidden Nick Fury Jr.
who also turns out to be a scroll.
Travis brought up about Captain Marvel and Spider-Man teaming up. I could see that. That could be cool. He also said I was in the minority who didn't love No Way Home. It's decent, but it's my least favorite Spider-Man movie. Ooh, that's quite the hot take.
I will piggyback on that. Not saying it's one of my least favorites, but I could see after a certain amount of time it not being my favorite anymore, especially after Across and Into the Spider Verse. Um, yeah, I do feel like nostalgia kind of hit with No Way Home, so I see where he could be coming from.
Yeah, ooh, guess it's time to give it a verdict. We can just talk about this for hours, for like fucking for for days, nonstop.
Weeks.
In the quantum zone, just hang out like, hey, you know. But what would be your like overall like final thoughts on it, like a score? Start with Yugi because you're like the biggest out of all of us three here.
Yeah, it's a perfect movie. It is a 10 out of it's a 10 out of 10. To me, there's nothing that could be done better. And yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah. We'll have to see in what freaking 4 years, 5 years from now.
I'm talking about with Secret Wars.
Yeah, Dynasty.
Yeah, probably about 5 years.
Yeah,
God, it's crazy to think we could be 5 years from an Avengers. Well,
yeah,
I'm sure there'll probably be another one. I'm sure. Yeah,
Probably newer Young Avengers than Avengers.
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
UJ, how about you? Like you gave us you're still into this movie, but you
Yeah,
don't have like the same connection with it, like because you said you were an MCU fan at the time, so
yeah. But I mean, like after rewatching it, after becoming a fan, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10. Like it's great. Like it's like Steven said, it's a perfect movie,
yeah,
and it's gonna be hard to like bring that same energy in other Avengers movies because now that you have or the Avengers name on it, everyone's gonna want it to be better or just as great as Endgame.
yeah,
Like it set the bar for an Avengers movie. That and Infinity War.
And
yeah,
don't forget about the era that we live in of social media too.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
go on. What do
so
you got?
score, dude? I think you'll go with a 10, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said. I said
I missed the part.
Bro,
I
just
missed the
ignoring you after
yeah.
you
yeah.
said you watched it on Disney Plus without watching Infinity War. He's like, all right,
He's like,
Yeah, Geek is gonna pull a Toby. He's like, I missed the part with bro. Yeah, but yeah, but 10 here is it the best MCU movie for me? I mean, you still got Winter Soldier and others, but it's it's the top five. There's no debate. Like,
it's
I'm with you guys. It's just such a game changer. Not one of the best MCU movies. Not one of the best comic book movies. Not one of the best. It's just great film overall. Is it slower than Endgame than Infinity War? Yeah, but it hits more emotionally.
this man
Yeah,
gets it.
10, 10 all the way. And that scene with him saying we're gonna kill him. We're gonna kill him properly. Them walking to Thanos just alone gives me chills thinking about.
The
Yeah,
return of the stealth suit.
yeah,
bro got jump.
Bro was just trying to enjoy retirement.
yeah. So that scene with it, like I know we got the happy ending, but just him seeing Peggy quickly in the 70s. Oh,
All right, Jay, I'm
yeah.
just gonna need you to stop.
Geeks disappointed you, man. We all found out everything about someone here. It's like Hydra spilling the beans. But since Endgame, there's been this talk of the MCU not being as great or whatever. Uh oh, there goes one. Another one bites the dust. But geek,
Get that hater out of here.
where just how are you feeling of the MCU currently, like as of right now, and what do you think? King Dynasty or Secret Wars for that matter should do to like recapture that magic.
Well, I don't think you'll be able to like recapture the magic. I think your best bet is Secret Wars. But as far as where the MCU is now, I mean, it's you could easily say it's not phase three, and it never will be. It's phase one of this next era, and I think it does what it's doing good. It's introduced characters, maybe a little too many characters, but I'm excited for the future, and I don't think, yeah, I don't know, King Dynasty, Avengers 5, yes,
How about Avengers Nerds Lair?
they can't afford us.
Yeah, sorry if we're booked, man.
Yeah.
Jay, you come back. What about you? What do you think? Do you think that game has a chance of recapturing the magic, or are you with Geek like probably won't? And how are you feeling about the MCU currently?
Um, yeah, I kind of agree with Steven. Their best bet is Secret Wars, but then I I feel like it's not even gonna be like, oh yeah, how is it all gonna go down? It's just gonna be who's gonna be in it, who's gonna come from a different universe, which variant is gonna show up like that. That's what it's probably gonna be like, because we already are expecting um like tons of characters, and by the way how they're setting King up, people aren't excited. They're not excited for oh excuse me, Jesus. They're not excited for King Dynasty or at right as of right now Secret Wars. They're just like, oh yeah, is it gonna be Doom, King, or who's gonna show up?
I
Yeah.
while there's a brief moment of silence, Travis over in the comments said, I think the MCU has been here before. 2013, 2015 had films like Guardians, Winter Soldier, but also Thor 2, Iron Man 3, Ant Man, Age of Ultron, which had a negative to mixed reception, which I can agree. And then, even piggybacking off of that, looking back at it, you can see a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but more people have flipped on stuff like Ant Man and Age of Ultron maybe having more positive reviews. Even Dark World could be having more positive reviews. So it's not like it's uncommon for them to have bad products. Um, so that's a great example.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you guys said. They probably can recapture the magic, but I think they can get close. The only MCU, and I've actually said that on the show before. I think Geek and Jay obviously know which one it is. The only MCU project that comes to mind that I really just didn't like, Secret Invasion. That's it. I don't. For the other stuff, I'm like, I'm either think it's fine or it's good, or in some cases great, like No Way Home, Guardians 3, Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of the shows too, but yeah, it's a matter of like I agree with what you said, Jay. Like we're not as excited about King as we were with Thanos, but it's not to say we can't. You know, I do think maybe he wasn't the best choice for Quantumania. That could be a discussion for another day, but
Maybe, yeah, but I'm confident that when we get, I also don't. Before I even say this, I don't think um, having announcing like Avengers movies so like close together like that was a good idea to begin with, and I do think at Comic Con we're going to get a much better roadmap to where it makes sense and everything's fleshed out, and you can understand the villains and the new characters. So I think come this summer, things are going to start changing and looking up and getting better.
yeah. No. Travis added here. He said that Secret Wars has a boss thing to do with having the main heroes taken away, leaving the young, overpowered people everyone hates. But a variant of Thanos comes in and has to lead them. I, I mean, they could pull something like that. I'd rather
Thanos
be a
being a good guy,
Thanos.
that would be that'd be funny to see.
Yeah. Mm. So he did say earlier, he gives it a 9 personally. Like he said, the only messy thing was the Nebula storyline.
Fair enough, respectable.
But I did think she was great, Karen Gillan. Yeah. Everyone gives it their best here. He also added right now the idea of Doctor Strange or someone pointed at Thanos as a last ditch effort. Who acts as an Apollo Creed master, how the Avengers defeated him, and this new team isn't it? Okay, that actually sounds funny. I could be on board with that.
Sign him. Right.
Yeah.
Give him pen and paper.
I don't even know who you are. Yeah, we definitely haven't seen the last of Josh Brolin. If What If is to go by anything.
Plus, bro got 2 jobs, Cable and Thanos. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Maybe in July we'll see him. I know he's debunked it, but we'll see. It's funny we're talking about Endgame. People think that we might see some Endgame stuff like saw a theory going around. Oh, there he goes again. Like Wolverine and Deadpool going to the final battle. I can see that happening actually.
Oh, you're talking about from the. I don't really like that. To me, it just would feel weird.
But it is a Deadpool thing to do. Like,
Yeah, I mean, to be, I feel like it would be more makes sense to like bring it up, like Deadpool just happen to talk about it.
yeah, you think it'd be more of a gag? You don't think it like?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I don't. I wouldn't be able to see like the portal that they jump through actually taking them to the battle.
oh, I wasn't talking about that specific portal. I was
Oh,
just saying like,
oh. I mean,
just
that's what I
in
was thinking of.
Deadpool, like getting one of the TVA machines and just going around different periods of the MCU, and that be one of them.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe, but
yeah. Uh, I said Thanos saying something like it'll take a conqueror to kill one. That would go hard.
and then have Kang hit him with the Doom from Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Snatch his skeleton out. Oh, I don't care who does it. I mean, of course, it would be awesome for it to be Dune. I would love to see that scene in the movies.
Yeah. He's talking about how he could see Wolverine and Deadpool going through a portal and landing on Quicksilver and Apocalypse.
Yeah, I could see that even. That to
Yeah.
me makes a lot more sense.
Like, well, you're at least not the only mutant screwed in his universe now. Do you guys think it's a little too much, or it makes sense to have the X Men here? Like, I know it's Secret Wars, but would it be a little, what's the word, alienating? Because
To
you're having like the MCU stuff already, and then you're having X Men stuff from 20 years.
You mean putting the X Men in Secret Wars?
Yeah, like the
Um, no. I
first
mean, I
class
think
or the
no.
original.
I think it makes sense. I
I see that debate
gen
a lot.
I genuinely think anybody who has been in a Marvel movie has at least a 50 to 75% chance of being in Secret Wars in one way or another. Let me rephrase this. Any main character has a 50 to 75% chance of being in Secret Wars.
Yeah, and it's not like they'll play a big role just to be a quick, you know.
Oh yeah, no, it would just be a throwaway, more or
Yeah,
less.
Jay, I want David Hasselhoff in there, man. Nick Fury.
Yeah, I know you were answering that too.
Hey, Dolph Lundgren, man, as your boy Punisher.
What- I'm sorry, but that's my boy. What is he gonna do? What
Things
is
like you're a guy with a gun. Get out.
you're a guy with a gun? He got a gun too, or
Out
like
of Shane.
if it's Kane, like he got
Yeah.
a gun?
So, yeah, we'll see though. Like, if they try to force them, like, have them play like a big role, but I can see them doing like an Endgame style battle, and then you see different universes and who will
Every
direct it. Do you guys think Russo's would come back, or would that
Uh,
be a little out of the?
I would like to say yes, only because obviously they said they want to do Secret Wars. John Favreau, doing the first one, then to do one of the last ones would be good. Ryan Coogler would be good. Um, one of the Loki directors I know his name was thrown around. They would do probably pretty good.
um, what's his name? Like Mike something.
I don't know. I think there was two of them. Like they were two of them is what I mean.
Yeah, because I remember seeing something about that. I want to say his name was like Michael Waldron or something like that, but I feel like that's a whole nother person. I heard.
Travis talking in the comments how he wants to see Lee Schreiber come back as Sabretooth.
Probably. Like I
Uh,
said, anybody and everybody has a chance.
I'd be down. Bro was also Kingpin. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he was.
yeah.
I was
It's
about to
not
say in
always
what,
about.
and then I was like, all right,
It's not always about the money, geek.
click, click, click.
Yeah, no. Secret Wars has a lot of shoes to fill, but we here are, cautiously optimistic. Would that be a good way to phrase it?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it and enjoy it regardless.
Yeah. We'll all be watching, even if people say, "Oh, I hate the MCU." I'm done with it. You're gonna watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The curiosity will get you.
Yeah. It's like I hate everything MCU related. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see it.
Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Especially me, like even if I start complaining next year, like I hated Cap 4, I hated Thunderbolts. I'm not saying I'm going to. I'm excited for this, but you know I'm also the same guy who saw Madam Web twice, so you know geek just sounds you know.
No, I'm not saying anything.
I mean, oh well, Travis said I want the live action Howard the Duck from the 1986 movie. Yeah, Jay and I were talking about that. I don't want that personally,
I
but
mean, maybe the Seth Green version, but maybe
yeah,
I mean, I could. Wasn't he? Wasn't he in the in-game portal sequence?
yeah, with the Ravagers.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, then yeah, he'll be there.
or just not that version.
Yeah,
Morbius too. I don't know if I want to see Morbius. I
No,
mean,
not.
but what Geek said, like, hey, anyone who was in a Marvel movie, that includes Sony.
yeah.
you know,
Like I said, I'm
Jared Leto and freaking Aaron Taylor Johnson and Dakota Johnson.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. He has to have his movie come out first.
yeah,
Sydney
yeah.
Sweeney.
Tom Hardy, him actually, I can see him. I think
Yeah.
we
Oh
can.
yeah,
Yeah,
easily.
yeah. Him makes sense. We'll
Or
see if 3 sets up anything to do with that. Most likely will, but yeah,
I
he's the most likely in my opinion. Yeah.
was gonna say, it's just him in the movie, and he's just the gateway for Peter to get the symbiote.
You know what would be so funny and messed up? He just appears and he just like pulled away. He's like, "Hey, what's? Oh no, bye." It's like,
Help!
yeah. Oh, yeah. But then we're here talking about Endgame and then our predictions. And now Travis here with a. I did not hate Madam Web. It's the best of the live action spin-offs. I think not saying much. Uh,
You may be by yourself on that one, pal.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, obviously there were some fans, so I mean,
yeah. I mean, if he means Dakota Johnson and Sidney Sweeney, can't really blame him. But hope Venom 3 ends with a portal opening. Animated Gwen saying they need help. A live action hand grabbing him, turning him animated, and Spider forming on his chest, leading to Beyond the Spider Verse. I don't think, or actually, there's a chance the Spider Verse connects with Secret Wars, but I don't want to put too much money to it.
I'm it, I don't even know where to touch with that.
I only think because at the same time, like, they aren't working that closely together, so they probably don't know what they're doing with Secret Wars. You know, Marvel doesn't know what Sony's doing with, you know.
Sony doesn't even know what Sony's doing.
Yeah, Sony doesn't even know. Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's wild to think Endgame was just 5 years ago. I could have sworn it was yesterday. Yeah,
God, that's so.
yeah. So much has happened since then. Like, that if you can give me like a list of 10 movies to like rewatch, like so you forget about and watch for the first time again. Endgame's in the list.
Endgame would be on there
Yeah,
all 10 times.
yeah. Bro's just gonna cheat. He's gonna put it all 10 times.
Yeah, to be able to watch
Endgame,
that.
Endgame, Endgame.
Yeah,
I
for the
think same goes for Jay. He's
yeah.
like, there's no other. Yeah, I think Jay, right? That goes. Same goes for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? No, you need to put the other MCU stuff before. I'm sorry, man.
No, he's not.
I'm not sorry. I'm being honest. You need to put the MCU stuff, watch it before, and then watch Endgame again for the first time.
I did.
You get my metaphor, Jay.
Just take it.
I guess I'll wrap this up with saying, do you guys, the ultimate question, do you guys think we needed the Cap delivering the stones back?
I think it would have been cool.
Yeah, it wasn't necessary, but I agree. Would have been neat, especially seeing a Cap and Red Skull reunion.
That would have been
Yeah,
interesting to see how that would have been. But
yeah,
you can all you have is your head canon to think of.
yeah. I was gonna ask Jay, but yeah,
He's gonna get wow, what a flake. Endgame,
bro
Civil
keeps
War,
getting
Guardians.
dusted.
Ooh, that's a good list of rewatchable movies. Endgame, Civil War,
Yeah,
Guardians 1 and 2, Iron Man 1 and 3, and Homecoming. I would agree with most of those.
same. But I guess we're gonna be wrapping it up here. Thank you
Before
guys for.
Jay
Yeah,
gets goes again.
yeah,
It's like, hurry up, say your outro, Jay.
yeah,
All right, get
yeah.
it.
5 years of Endgame. Yeah, Infinity War just turned 6. Yeah, other
The
anniversaries, but
Avengers just turned
well,
12
12 like yesterday or
yesterday.
yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah,
Guardians 3 turned a year old, and then was it
yeah.
Guardians 2? I think also came out on Cinco de Mayo.
Guardians 2.
I think so.
Yeah,
I know
pretty sure.
another one of the Guardians movies came out on May 5th.
Yeah, it was. Oh shit. And then one is gonna turn 10 in August.
What is?
One Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
It came out in August. Oh yeah, good. That makes
Yeah,
sense because Winter Soldier would have been their summer
yeah,
movie.
yeah. I just turned 10, and fucking a lot of us, Spider-Man 1 just turned well, like 23.
Sure.
Spider-Man 3 turned. Yeah, Spider-Man 3 turned a lot of anniversaries. Damn it, Jay.
Bro, you couldn't have just made it a little bit longer.
Yeah,
But it's not my fault.
yeah. We're
It's
just
not
talking
my
about
fault.
anniversaries, how old we feel, but yeah, no, it's such magical. I agree. 2014 was a fantastic year for comics, films, and films in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
Days of Future Past is coming up, so
One of the best X-Men movies.
yeah, no,
One of the best comic book movies.
yeah. Ninja Turtles 2014. Yeah. Damn, actually, no. Let's not. I'm gonna start crying. I'm starting to feel older now. Feel older than geek.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what? I don't know if Jay and I will agree, but maybe geek might agree with that.
Huh.
Maybe Spider-Man 2 gets better every time I see it. Travis says.
I could see that.
Yeah. It's not the worst. We already talked about it last time, but
Yeah, I could definitely see it. It's enjoyable.
yeah, has its moments. But yeah, that's Endgame 5 years later. Does it still hold up? We all agree, yes. There's no debate.
Always.
Always, yeah.
No questions.
Yeah, now. This turned into MCU predictions and then reminiscing and then but yeah, we can all agree it all leads back to the end game.
Yeah.
Which is better? Who cares? Throw an end game in there. Yeah,
Throwing in the game in your top five
yeah.
across the board.
Oh yeah.
Movie.
Great
Yes.
stream, guys. Take care. Oh, thank you, Travis.
You have
Thank
a
you for
good one.
tuning in. Thank you, all everyone else for tuning in. Geek, where can people find you?
There.
He's glitching, man. Jay, help him
You,
out.
you can find me there, here, everywhere.
All
Christian,
right.
get a hold of yourself.
How about you, Jay? Where can the great folks find you?
Hurry up before you get out of here again.
Yeah.
He just starts speaking. He's like, up.
You can find me at JDEJ on Instagram.
Oh yeah. Follow me at Mario Huacho on Instagram. And follow our socials, Culture Shock. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the other side or on your
Oh,
left.
that sounded very. You want us to
I meant
see
to
us?
say on like the side of the portal. I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
On your left, geek.